What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back with a new video, and today it is time that we discuss the collapsing campaign known as Nikki Haley's campaign. That's right, everybody. Nikki Haley's campaign, in spite of it being the first couple months of her candidacy, already has a significant scandal or flat out terrible news for the campaign. Nikki Haley's fuzzy fundraising math was a political article posted a couple days ago, and I just first heard about this, and boy, from a little bit I've read, Nikki Haley's campaign, they must be desperate already. Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. We gotta get those followers numbers up big time. Of course, go follow the Rumble page down below. Exclusive content is on the way, has already been posted on Rumble. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, let's get into it. So like I said, a couple days ago, Politico posted an article about Nikki Haley's fundraising math, because somebody actually did 5 minutes of research looking the FEC reports, which if you don't know, every, I think, quarter, especially this early on, these candidates have to file how much fundraising they're getting, yada yada. And Nikki Haley, her campaign just had their first quarter. Now, this is what it starts off as. When Nikki Haley's presidential campaign announced its first quarterly fundraising haul earlier this month, the figure sounded impressive. The former UN ambassador campaign said it has raised $11 million between her mid-February launch and the end of the quarter on March 31st. It got that figure by saying Haley's campaign had $5.1 million in receipts, along with $4.4 million for Team Stand for America, a joint fundraising committee, and a $1.2 million for Stand for America PAC, a Haley-launched leadership PAC. But after Haley filed her first quarter report to the FEC late Saturday, an altogether different story has emerged. Her campaign's math doesn't add up. So, yeah, you can already tell where this is going. What Haley's campaign and two affiliated groups actually raised was about $8.3 million. The discrepancy between the Haley campaign's public statements and the numbers on the filings appear to be a case of double counting. So, this is already a sign of a desperate campaign. Like, this isn't, I raised $9.8 million, I'm going to say I round up to $10 million, and I publicly say that. That's not what this is at all. This is $8 million to $11 million difference. That's a $3 million difference, which presidential campaigns, that's not big, but for $8 million versus $11 million, yeah, that is a pretty big discrepancy. Haley's campaign alone raised $5.1 million, but $1.8 million of that total came in a transfer from Team Stand for America, an SFA fund, Inc., a hybrid PAC that could send limited amounts of money directly to candidates, but is prohibited from coordinating its independent expenditures with the campaign. So, yeah, there's rules about what PACs can do. There's certain PACs that can only, get involved somewhat. They can't, just spend unlimited money. That's super PACs. That's a different thing. But that's not the only double counting that appears to have happened. Haley's leadership PAC has received a $886,000 transfer from her joint fundraising committee, a total that the campaign seeks to count twice in the quarterly total across all three vehicles. The web of campaign finance laws around various committees are complicated, especially after the Supreme Court's decision on Citizens United, which I have my problems with that case. It's, they were right in their judgment, but they went too far. That's what I will say. And in a statement, Haley's campaign insists that it was simply sharing the three vehicles' total receipts without sharing that those figures included transfers between them. We reported $11 million, the sum of entities. Ken Ferranzo, Haley's campaign press secretary, wrote an email adding that other presidential candidates have also have multiple fundraising vehicles. So yeah, already The Haley's campaign's already desperate. They're fudging their numbers with the finance reports. Now, again, this isn't like you round up to 10 million. Like, you're at 9, like, okay, in this case, they weren't at, like, 10.9 million. They said, we got $11 million. That's not what the big deal is. Where did this $3 million difference come from? I mean, they're flat out lying about how much money they're getting. Had they counted those transfers only once, Haley's $11 million becomes about $8.3 million. That's still a strong sum for her first 6 weeks as a candidate, but it's not quite what was touted in the media over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, like, yes, that's an impressive haul to start off as, but you go from 11, you claim you had 11 million, but actually you had 8 million. That's a big difference. And like I said, this isn't, like what most candidates do, the round up to, public, they publicly say, we raised 15 million. Well, when you look at the FEC reports, it's 14.967 or something like that. That's not what happened here. They clearly fudged the numbers to make it sound like Haley's campaign is surging. As a direct comparison, when former President Trump's campaign shared its first quarter fundraising numbers with Politico, it said he raised nearly $19 million across both the campaign, which raised $14.4 million, and his joint fundraising committee $8.8 million, which transferred $14 million to the campaign. So, using the same campaign's methodology, Trump would have raised more than $32 million, a figure far greater than his actual haul. Yeah, you see my point? Like, you don't fudge the numbers this early if your campaign's not desperate. And we've seen the polling, which again, I flat out said, look at polling trends. You can look at the top lines here and there, but basing your entire prediction just on the top line isn't good. And ever since Nikki Haley's announced, she went up like a quarter of a point. Ramaswamy has picked up more voters in this time than Nikki Haley has. It's like, that's pretty pathetic. So, yeah, and I understand Politico goes on that, Trump's campaign did the same thing, similar, yada, yada. But still, it's like, this is your first quarter of your presidential campaign. That's just kind of pathetic that you already have to fudge the numbers to make it sound better than it is. And I know Trump's campaign did in the past, but that was like second quarter of, yeah, right here. Some media outlets reported 9.5 million Trump raised, even though the actual number after filing should have been closer to 5 million. Yeah, so, again, campaigns that do that usually suck, but when you're Nikki Haley's campaign doing it already, like, this isn't, Trump's campaign where, it's the first quarter and this is like the 7th year he's been in politics. That's one thing. But when it's your first year or your first quarter on a presidential campaign, you're already messing with the numbers by quite a bit. That's not a good sign for Haley's campaign. Again, look at the polling trends. It's virtually flatlined. She isn't gaining anything. She's been stuck. I don't know why she's running, but who knows? Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.